Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a little bit of a video, a little bit of a post off the back of Mental Health Awareness Week, and also a comment that somebody made to me recently, in fact a question, about how people perceive me as being really positive and surely I have bad days or off days, and what's the secret? So over the last probably quite a few years, I've tried really hard to learn a little bit more about mental health and having a positive outlook. And a course that I went on a few years ago through work was brilliant. And that's the title of it. And this is a book that I would really recommend. So, The Art of Being Brilliant by Andy Cope and Andy Whitaker. And in it they talk about shiny, happy people. Now, again, somebody has described me as being a shiny, happy person before. And I think on the outside, yes, that is the case. And I'm really happy about that. But I do have off days. I have had times in my life where I've felt really quite negatively, and you almost get into a little bit of a pattern of picking out the negatives in everything, and I focus a lot on negative things when, you know, on the other hand, my mum will say to me, and she always did, you know, you've got so much to be grateful for, but at that moment in time you can't focus on those good things. And I really wanted to understand why. So, you know, recently I've been reading a little bit about something called negativity bias. And it's something that psychologists will probably know a lot about, but I find it really interesting. And it talks about how our ancestors, so innately our ancestors, they needed to look for danger, to be able to seek out negativity and danger in order to survive. So it's a survival thing. So to understand that, you know, actually our natural thing in our brain is to look for danger. Scientists have done studies where negative stimuli and negative events actually provoke a much greater response in our brain, as opposed to positive ones. So if you think about it in a scenario, let's say, where somebody perhaps tells you something that's a little bit insulting, you come home from work and your partner or your other half says, "How was your day?" And you say, "It was terrible." And actually a lot of things had gone right that day, and a lot of things you'd done had been really good, but you focus a lot on that one negative thing. Now, going back to this negativity bias, actually that's a natural thing to do. And a lot of the things that I've tried to do for myself is to try to overcome that by thinking about positive things and focusing on positive things, however negative I feel. And it's really hard sometimes. Sometimes I've sat there trying to think at night time about all the good things about the day. And when I'm feeling low, it's really hard to actually pick out those positive things. But unless I really practice and try, it's very hard to then turn it around. And whatever people say to you, from the outside in, that doesn't make a difference to how you feel. So it's something that you have to practice from the inside out. So someone will say to me, "Oh, you're doing really well, you know, that was really good." And if you're feeling in that negative mindset, that won't make any difference. In fact, it will make it worse, because you'll bat that back and you'll defend it and you'll pick out all the negative things for yourself. So when people say, be kind to yourself, be compassionate for yourself, you know, look after yourself, all of this, I think this is what it means. It means actually practicing these things. It won't come naturally to a lot of people, and I would really recommend starting now. So at this point in time, I've seen it in a lot of people that they are struggling with picking out the positive things that are going on in their lives. And I think, yes, we can help with that. Other people can help with that. But I think it's up to you really to start to practice looking for positive things and starting to reframe the way that you think about things. So this article that I read, it talks about the effect of having 5 positive things to 1 negative thing in order to create a balance to move forward. So something that I would encourage you to do was to spend a little bit of time each day writing down or talking out loud about 5 really good things that have happened to you in the day, or 5 really good things that you've done well, and start to practice this positivity. Because a few years ago I made a pledge to myself, and it was through this course again, that I would never let myself become a mood hoover. We all know a mood hoover, and that's one of those people where you'll say, "Oh, it's really sunny today, isn't it great?" And they'll turn around and they'll say, "Yeah, but it's going to rain later." So, in order to become a little bit more positive, have a positive mindset, it's hard work. It's something that you have to practice regularly. And I think if you stop practicing that, we will revert back to this negative way of thinking. And I think that's something that's really, really helped me to understand it and change things. So I hope this has helped you.